offense just sort of felt like it couldn't get much of a rhythm tonight. I guess what did you see in what Oklahoma do?
I think just that we didn't. We had an explosive run. We had a couple runs early. The running game really was just okay, and we didn't get the rhythm we needed to. Didn't get the quarterback in the rhythm we needed to, and that's everybody. That's not just one person. That's just not the calls. It's the execution. So we just got to be better.
Zach, how much do you think John Mateer's lights kind of opened up their offensive playbook and their ability to just get a lot of big plays?
Yeah, I think he did a good job, and obviously the coordinator and him have been together for a long time, so they had that relationship. But he did a really good job. He's a tough kid, and we saw that on film. We knew he was a really good player. Said it earlier in the week, something we had to stop, and he just did a really good job and made some plays and made of our guys miss, and made plays after the ball was snapped outside the pocket.
Brandon?
Coach Moore, losses aren't really losses, they're also lessons. What lesson have you learned from this defeat so far?
Yeah, I think for us, we'll watch on the film, right, and really gauge and see what we need to get better at. I thought on defense, the adjustments in the second half were really good. We got tackled better on defense. I thought there were some missed tackles that we made, and then offensively, just the overall execution. When you play offensive football, one person misses here. You have an unexecuted play, so we got to do better at that.
Back, Zach.
How did you feel about Bryce's first road start and kind of how he handled everything?
Yeah, as far as handling the crowd noise and the atmosphere and all that, he handled it fine. It was just the execution, and that's everybody. It's not just him, and I think everybody, they put the pressure on, put it on him, but we all got to do our jobs, and that's O-line, that's receivers, that's running backs, whoever it is in those situations to make it easier for him.
Front, Austin.
Like in the red zone, there was miscommunication a couple times. What did you see on that one play, the third down in the first half?
Yeah, I think there's just a miscommunication of reading the wrong number or seeing the wrong thing, and we got to fix and handle.
And then the exchange with Bryce and Justice was your reaction?
Yeah, right after that happened, they talked it over and they were fine. It's competitive. They're competitors. They just both want to be right. They both want to be on the same page and handle it right, and they're in a good place.
Right here.
Yeah, Sherrone, you did a good job of sort of putting your return, your homecoming in perspective during the week. But now that you've gone through it, what was this experience like for you to coach Michigan on this field?
Like I said, it was a big time game for the two big time programs. It wasn't me versus Brent or me coming back to Oklahoma. It was really about the players. Right? It always is about the players. It always will be about the players. Never going to be about me and my experience or anything. So. It's about us getting better right now as a program, and that's what it's about.
Tony,
Do you have an update on Gio?
We'll see. See what the week looks like and go from there.
You're not sure if it's like a small thing or potentially longer.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is right now.
Aaron.
How do you think the offensive line held up in one game?
Yeah, I thought we got some good rhythm. There's some holes. Obviously, we had the big run, but just got to keep being consistent in those things. And whatever that is, however we need to do that, we will fix it and just continue to get better at it.
What's your plan for the next couple of weeks? I know you got to sit on suspension. Who's coaching? What's going on?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Right now, just like I said, I'm gonna take it right now and fix the things we got to fix here, and then we'll get to that.
Angelique.
I was going to ask you about El Hadi also, but Zeke Berry also, what is his status?
Yeah, he came back out and he was jogging around and moving, so I think, we'll see exactly what the trainers say and what the doctors say about him.
And what was the issue with Bryce and Justice? What was the
Just a communication error, and, they just both want to be right. They're both competitors, they both want to be right, and at the end of the day, they figured it out and we got to handle it.
Chris?
What was it they did defensively that made it so tough on you guys to do?
I thought Brent did a really good job with just the looks and the things that they did. It wasn't that there was a whole bunch of just like tackles for loss and things like that. It was more just getting sputtered in certain spots and just had to create a little bit more rhythm. And they just did a good job defensively. They've got guys that have played on that defense and understand the defense. So we just got to do a better job of combating that.
I was going to ask that, but Coach, how big a factor was that crowd tonight, if at all?
I think being away is always a factor, but I thought our guys did a good job. I don't know if we had any pre-snap penalties, things like that. So we handled the noise, well, but obviously the atmosphere is the atmosphere, and being somewhere different is different. So I thought the kids handled the atmosphere and the noise well. We just have to execute.